All right, guys, Easy Amateur Radio here today with my modular Icom 705 kit. Now, there are actual Icom endorsed products and stuff. These are parts and pieces that I've put together over the years. This is probably my favorite bag that I've ever purchased. It's an American Hero tackle bag from Academy. It's got this awesome Velcro part right here, a dope American flag, and it actually holds a lot. Got a little bit of molly on it. So we're going to take this off the bench and we're going to start with what's in the big pouch. Now the big pouch has several components, but we're going to talk about my modular approach to 705. So first things first. Alright, so here is my Icom 705. I did take it to Yellowstone. I failed the activation at Yellowstone with this because I used an AX1 and FT8 and didn't have a whole lot of time. But this is what we're looking at with the 705. Up here you see I have the Velcro and a BNC adapter right there. Nothing really on the bottom. I used to have this in a 3D printed cage that I got off of Etsy. It was pretty cool, but that's the 705. That's the base around this entire kit. And then on top of the 705, I keep the microphone. We're just going to put this over here to the side. It's not that important. It does go with the radio. But let's talk tuners. So this is the original tuner that I used with the 705. This is the Elecraft T1. An awesome tuner. Great size, about the pack of a deck of cards, pack of cigarettes, something like that. BNC in, BNC out. Great tuner. I've never had anything it cannot tune. But now, recently, I purchased this off the HRCC Discord, which I cannot recommend enough. I did get the Icom AH705 tuner. Look at the size comparison. This tuner is massive. I don't know why Icom decided that it needed to be this massive, but it is. So, whichever one you want. I haven't really got to play with this. I'm going to test this out in field day next week and kind of see how I like it. But I have a feeling I'm going to like this one better just because of the size. But maybe this one with the simplicity of it. Now, what happens when QRP is not enough? What do you do? Well, I do carry this Chinese, and this is all in the main pack. This Chinese says it's 50 watts, but I've only ever seen about 30 watts out of it amplifier. So that's what I carry when I need just a little bit more power. I only use it with an antenna that I can adjust because neither one of these tuners are rated for the amount of power this is. I will say this amplifier gets hot. H-O-T, hot, when transmitting FT8. It got so hot I had to flick this switch really fast and I couldn't adjust this because it got pretty hot. The radio was fine, but I thought that was just wild, the fast. Okay, in the Gigaparts container, I've talked about this before. This is an emergency, kind of my favorite little antenna to carry. It is the Elecraft AH1. It's the 1720 and 40 meter edition. It lives in this bag right here, and it will BNC directly to the tuner, and I can use it basically as a big HT. I have traveled with this kit before and used it like that, so that was pretty cool. That's a pretty slick weighted FT8. So this is the USB cable I carry. It is a nice USB cable. I added the snap-on ferrites. You want to make sure you're using a nice USB cable with this because you don't want any type of interference to shut the RF out. Now we're getting to the bottom of the big pouch. This is a 3 amp hour LiFePO 4 battery that I carry, and it rocks. I've never ran it down with the 705. It chugs along just fine, and then of course you have the battery in the back for the 705 as well to power itself. And what else do I carry with the AH1 antenna? This is a BNC mag mount. Wow, it's for an HT antenna, but if you're not going down the road, you want a better ground plane for your Elecraft antenna, you just slap that bad boy on the roof, and there you go. You've got a pretty good FT8 POTA to do, or CW. And then when I have regular antics and things like that, regular POTA stuff, here is the coax I carry. It's RG, I think it's 318, 316, something like that. And of course, everybody's favorite signal stuff, signal stick for 2 meter, 70 centimeter work. And then that is everything in the big pouch. On the side pouch, I carry this Manfrotto deal, and what that does is it has 1/4 threads, and that's for setting the 705 up. Now let's look in the very front pouch, right under American Hero. Here is the wire, the power connector wire to power poles for the 705. Here is a dingus. This is a Cobra head BNC to make antennas. If I ever needed to make an emergency dipole or ground plane or something like that. This is a power cord to a Yaesu 817. Don't know why that's in there, but it is. In case I ever need it, I have it. And then down here in the bottom of the front pocket, we have a few miscellaneous items that are good to have when you're traveling. So here I have a mini crescent wrench. Never had to use it, but I feel like it's pretty good to have. It's Carlisle Napa brand. Another BNC to SO239 adapter, and a Leatherman Skeletal. That will pretty much get me able to fix anything I need to in the pack or when I'm traveling. And then also, just for funsies, in the modular system, I have another one of these dingus, but it's the opposite. It's for the male side, and really and truly that's for the Cobra head connector. Just slip right on in like that. I keep a spare battery, jumped out my hands. And just for fun, I also include the ID50. So that is my Icom 705 modular kit. And you can see this amplifier straps on to the top right there. Both these tuners will Velcro on to the top right there. And everything else falls right into place. So Yaesu just came out with the FX1 or whatever it's called. They boasted it being a modular system, but amateur radio operators have been using modular systems for a while, and this is what one looks like over about 3 years, parts and piecing it together. 73 guys, this is Easy Amateur Radio signing off and waving a hand. I hope you have a modular kit as well.